guys, so for today's video, I went walking in my backyard and I was by my wood pile and I saw some of these pieces of wood. And so I said, you know what? I wanted to make a nice fall tablescape. So I got some of these pieces of wood from just my backyard wood pile. They just kind of come off the wood. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna do something with them. And I went and I got some pine cones from my backyard as well. And I even picked up some of these little acorns. I got some of these pumpkin picks from Hobby Lobby. They usually have like a little pick on them. I took all the picks off. So I'm just gonna do like a little fall tablescape. Now I would have used real pumpkins, but I can't find them. They're not out anywhere where I'm living. I haven't seen any pumpkins yet. So I'm gonna have to use some faux pumpkins. Otherwise, I would have used little small real ones. That's what I wanted to do, but they're just not out at the stores yet. And then I'm also going to use just these little small pillar candles from Dollar Tree. They're only $1.25. So this is the only thing I paid for, was 3 of these. And I had these on hand. I got these last year. But I think they're only like $1.99 and maybe $2.99, but they're 40% off. So still really inexpensive. If I had to purchase these, they would have been really inexpensive. But so far, this whole tablescape is just going to cost me $3.75. So, and that's just for the price of the candles. So this is a runner that I have, and it's just a nice khaki colored, natural colored runner. And I'm just going to take these pieces of wood that I have from my wood pile, and I'm going to put one here. I have another one I'm going to put here, and then I'm going to put another one here, just like that. And then on top of them, now 2 of these I had and I have used them, so they've been burnt, but that's okay, it's not going to matter. Once I light them again, it's not going to matter. So I'm going to put them on here, and I'm going to put them on in a way where they're standing up straight, because I want them to stand up straight. So okay, that one's good. This one's perfect. And then this one over here. So they're all standing up straight on the wood. Sometimes you just have to fiddle with it to get them to sit up straight. And then I'm just going to take some of the acorns, and I'm just going to put a few acorns on here, on each of them. And I think that gives it just a cute little touch more of nature. So just the wood bark so far, the candles, the acorns. I'm going to situate the pumpkins. I've got a couple different pumpkins, different colors. Okay, let's see. I'm probably just going to use the 2 then. I'll just use the 2 pumpkins. I had 3, but I'll just use the 2. So let me scoot him over a little bit, and then I'll put one pumpkin here, just like this. Scoot this one over a little bit so that they're all looking even. Okay, put him there. All right, so I have my pumpkins there, and again, just a easy, simple, really inexpensive fall centerpiece. And now I'm going to put my pine cones. I'm just going to arrange the pine cones that I grabbed from my backyard. I've got a couple of different pine trees. My neighbor has a couple of pine trees too, and sometimes his pine cones blow into my yard. So I'm just going to try and lay these down to where they look nice. I made sure that they were clean. I made sure they didn't have like dirt on them or anything like that. So I got some clean ones. And I got a couple little ones that I'll throw in here. I found a couple little baby ones out there. Here we go. Put this one here. And do I have any more little ones? Oh, I do have a small one, another little small one to go over here. So, okay, so I have it all arranged. Very simple, very quick, and very, very inexpensive. If you want to do like a fall dinner or, you know, even a fall wedding and you're on a really tight budget, go into your backyard, see what you have, like pine cones, some wood pieces from your wood pile, some of the bark from your wood pile, acorns, you know, really, really pretty. I'm gonna light the candles now, and then I'm gonna show you what it looks like from a different angle, because right now you're just looking face down, but I'm gonna show you how it looks from a different angle. Okay, so hold on guys, one last thing. I decided to use some twinkle lights. I remembered that I had organized all of my craft stuff and I had come across all of my twinkle lights. And I said that would be really, really pretty in here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add in these little twinkle lights. And I think this is just going to be so, so darling and precious. So I'm just going to kind of wrap them around like this. Okay, these aren't very long. These are a little shorter than I thought they were. So let me start over. Let me just get him in here. There, I'll put him in that little nook right there, that little crevice right there. We'll fix our little pine cone. Oh, he's not cooperating. Come on. Okay. I love how these bend. It really helps hold them in place. Okay. So I'm just adding these around, and then I'm going to try and tuck them to try to hide the battery box. So let's see if I can swindle that. That would be great. Let's see. Okay, and then I'll put this over here. And I'll tuck the little battery box as best I can. I'll try to hide him over here behind the pine cone. Or if I could have found a larger piece of bark, I could have hid him under the bark. Let's see if I can finagle that. Okay, so that's not too bad. You don't really see him. And I'll put a pine cone right there, and that kind of hides a little bit of it too. Okay, so we got the pine cones. We've got our acorns, our wood bark, we've got our Dollar Tree candles, we've got our acorns, I think I said that already. We've got our pumpkin picks, and now we have the little twinkle lights. So I'm going to light the candles, and now I'm going to show you what it all looks like. So guys, here is how it turned out. So easy and inexpensive. I got the twinkle lights on. I turned the lights off in my dining room so that you could really appreciate the lights and the candles. But this is how it turned out. It's just wood bark, some acorns from my backyard, some pine cones from my backyard, some of those pumpkin picks. And again, I would have used the real picks if the real pumpkins if I could have found some, but I couldn't find any yet. But this is how it all turned out, and I think it just turned out really pretty. But I just used, again, the pine cones, the wood bark from my firewood pile, and just what I had on hand in my backyard, acorns, pine cones, and I think it really turned out really pretty. Now, you could have gotten like some of the faux leaves from Dollar Tree. You could add some leaves to this, but I didn't have any on hand, but I was also just trying to keep it really, really inexpensive. And so with the twinkle lights, I got those from Dollar Tree. With those and the candles, this only cost me $5. That's all. It was just $5, and I think it looks really sweet and really elegant and just very rustic and just fall rustic charm.